Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I got another video for you, and this time we're going to be doing a little bit different. It is WoW, of course, but I've really been waiting for the Emerald Nightmare to come out, and I wanted to do a video on it just to kind of show you guys how to do it, you know, the mechanics, and just to kind of show you guys what it's all about. Unfortunately, every time I'm able to play, I either run into groups that are looking for ranged DPS. I'm an arms warrior, by the way. Well, forced to be arms. I would be Fury. Either a ranged DPS or a healer. I'm neither of those things. Now, occasionally I run into people needing tanks, but I don't have 100% tank gear, and I don't want to tank a raid I haven't even been in as DPS. That sounds kind of stupid to me. So I'm still waiting for that. Unfortunately, it's been like 5 days since the raid come out. Still not in it. So pretty crazy. So this video is going to be kind of talking about where Legion's at for me personally right now. I ended up looking at the calendar, you know, because I was seeing when my boy was going to leave, and noticed that in about 4 days or so, I don't know when this is going to come out, so I'm trying to compensate for that. In 4 or 5 days, I think is what I've seen, it'll be a month since Legion was out, which is really crazy to think about, because just a month ago, we were all sitting in the garrisons with our dicks in our hands collecting gold. So it's pretty crazy to think that almost a month has gone by since that's 99% stopped. So I'm going to talk a little bit about WoW for me, like questing, professions, dungeons. Can't talk about raids because, well, I can't get in them. And the class hall. This is, again, all my opinions. We're not doing any technical, any facts, anything like that. Like, I know Blizzard had, sold 3.3 million copies, something like that, by the time Legion released, which is cool, but I'm not worried about all that. And I do want to know what you guys think about everything I talk about, whether it's one thing or all the things. Let me know in the comments down below, or, hey, let me whore out for a little bit. You could always follow me on Twitter. I don't have very many followers. I get more activity from those porn bots than I do real people. So if you want to either DM me or, you know, just tweet at me and we can talk about WoW, or if you want to see something else from me, let me know also. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And I think the first thing I do want to talk about is gonna be the class order halls. Right now, how they are is great. The conception of the garrisons sounded really cool. I just feel like they added too much to them, and the class order halls is what I wish they were in WoD. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved getting all that gold. I really did. It, you know, got me a little over gold cap across all my characters, of course, not just on one single character, but it still got me past gold cap. I've never been even halfway close to gold cap before, which is cool and also a little scary at the same time. So I'm glad that they still do give you a little bit of gold every once in a while from the class order halls, but it either takes a long time or it takes some resources or something like that. You know, it's not just, you know, you're gonna get 50 gold every hour and then in 12 hours 500 gold. That was a little too much. So I like how it is right now, and I like in general that we can still send people on missions to not really gain a bunch of gear, but to like give us quests to go into dungeons, because that makes us go out into the world even more, or to upgrade our people to come with us into the world, because I know there's something that gives you like 50 gold, I think is the max I've seen. I seen a video somewhere, I don't remember exactly where you get 50 gold for completing one world quest with your combat ally. Which, I mean, 50 gold for one world quest isn't really gonna make too much of a difference, because world quests take a long time. Sometimes they're really hard to do. So that's not that big of a deal. So I kind of like that aspect too. And I can't sit there and gain a bunch of, you know, profession mats that I can then sell on the auction house. Really floods the market. Not good for anybody. So I like that. And I like the, I'm trying to think of what they're called. I forget exactly what they're called. But you can get special things to make your people like increase, you know, certain success chance missions, or like at the very end you can wear 2 legendaries instead of 1, which I could probably do without that, because, you know, I don't have a fucking legendary. We'll talk about that later, don't worry. So all in all, I think class halls are pretty good where they're at. I don't think they really need too many changes, if any. Uh, the Legion app is kind of cool. You know, if you're out at work or maybe you're on vacation, you can still complete your missions. You know, get that extra experience. Maybe get that dungeon item that I was just talking about. So that's pretty cool. So let's move on to, let's say, leveling. Leveling, it's okay. It's really great the first time, but you know, with any expansion, you quest too many times, it gets really boring. And I know it's really not meant for you to get as many characters to 110 as possible. Sometimes I do, just because I like to have all the professions max leveled, and I kind of want to experience every single profession to 800 through the whole quest line. So, you know, leveling for me has been a little hard after my second character. I like leveled one character to 101 and I've stopped. Logged on all my characters so they got experience. So each zone, and I know I mentioned this once before in one of my other videos, but each zone I love except Azuna. I'm not too much of a fan of Azuna. I just don't really like how it's laid out. I don't like... The quests are okay. The quest line's okay. It's just not... I'm not a fan of it. My favorite one is Stormheim, just because it feels so much like a warrior should be there questing with the Vycrul, the dragons, all that other really cool shit. So that's probably my favorite one. Stormheim, I just said that. High Mountain and Val'sharah, they're okay. Suramar, I actually really love Suramar. My favorite thing in Suramar is the Withered training, which I think I might put a video out on that. I made wait actually, so I can get my alt geared up a little bit to kind of go through it from start to finish, because on my warrior, I've gotten all of the big chests that I could. So by the end of it, you'll only see one chest, and that doesn't look cool on a video, just getting one chest. So I might do that. That was a good idea. I should write that down after this video. So next I want to talk about, and this is kind of like a rambling video, so sorry if you're not into that. I know a lot of people ain't, but I don't have the raid video, so I needed to make something. It's been 4 days, and I thought some people could have a nice, gentle, reasonable discussion in the comments, because, you know, that's all YouTube ever has. And I thought it'd be interesting to talk to you guys about it. And how Legion is, since this is a game I've been playing since Burning Crusade, and sometimes it's been a little hard to stick with, but I'm glad I did. You know, it's fun, really fun playing with people, and I love meeting new people through it, you know, because computer friends is better than in real life friends. You probably know what I mean. So now that we talked a little bit about leveling, I want to talk a little bit about professions. I really like how they gave us a quest line, and a pretty lengthy quest line for most, because I haven't done every single profession, but I've started a couple of them, and I've finished blacksmithing. Mining doesn't have one, I don't think. You just get random quests, and I've almost finished inscription, engineering, and I'm doing an archaeology quest line right now. Inscription is actually pretty fun because you get a toy where you can actually complete the steamy romance novel. And oh my god, that whole quest line is a little fucking weird if you ask me, but it's still pretty fun. It's just some quirky little thing that you love in WoW. So the professions are pretty good. They actually feel useful. They don't feel completely useless. You know, each one has certain gear. Of course, you know, this is like every expansion, but coming from WoD, it feels like every class has specific things that they can make that you really want. You know, some can make really cool toys. I know jewel crafting has like the jewel craft. I forget exactly what it's called, toy. The engineering has some kind of like puzzle game, which is really cool. You can make mounts. Blacksmithing has a really cool corehound mount. Leatherworking has a cool elk mount. I think archaeology also gets like a spectral elk mount, if I'm not mistaken. I think they do. I think I've seen something like that on like Wowhead or something. So that's pretty cool. And the gear and the Obliterum are useful, at least right now. We'll have to see when 7.1 comes out, and when the next raid tier comes out, and gear scales even higher than it is right now, just to see where the professions are really going to fall. Because I think you can max out crafted gear at 850 if you level it with Obliterum every single time, like 7 times. So that's really good because Mythic is only 840 with a chance of upgrading. So that's really good because you can outgear Mythic without doing it. And I know some people don't like that because then you can get a bunch of nubs, you know, trying to do raids and stuff. But I mean, it's just as easy as kicking them out and getting somebody else in, or just don't invite them if they've never done a dungeon in Legion. So that actually brings me to Legion. This is getting a little long. I like rambling, which is why I think when I get my computer, I'll do pretty well on Twitch. I like talking with people more than I like making videos. I do love making videos. I need to shut the fuck up, basically. Let's talk about dungeons. The dungeons, I think, are my favorite. Not like specifically, but in general, I hit the mic. In general, I really love the dungeons. I love how they're laid out. I love the bosses. They're not too easy. They're not really difficult either, unless maybe going to Mythic, and then they're pretty tough. I like how the achievements to get the mount is for Mythic only. You can't do it in normal heroic, which I know, you know, maybe some people who don't have a bunch of time to play might not like that, but I personally like it because I think getting a special mount, you know, shouldn't be as easy as take 3 steps forward and then 1 step to the left. Oh, you just got the super unique mount, you know? That's a horrible analogy, but I think you kind of probably get what I'm saying. I like people to have to work for it, and, you know, if you really want the mount, you'll find time somewhere to do it. You know, you don't have to do every single achievement that day. Maybe just spend 1 hour trying to get 1 achievement, and then after a month, you'll have a really cool mount that still most people won't have. So I like how they have that. I like the flow of them. I like each boss. I like the mechanics. Just all in all, they're really fun. I like them more than the WoD dungeons. A lot more than the WoD dungeons. Fucking Skyreach, oh my god. Love them more than WoD. Love them more than Mop. I wasn't a fan of the Mop ones. The Kata ones, they're pretty good. I don't know which one I like more. I think I might actually like Legion more than Kata dungeons. So, you know, that's always good. Let me know what you guys think about the dungeons, because I know some people hate them. I don't know why. It's a little weird. And one thing I actually really like about the dungeons is while leveling from 100 to 110, you don't get a lot of dungeon quests. And I know that means that you don't do dungeons in the beginning, and I like that. I don't want to be able to only do dungeons to level. I don't want it to be even 80% as efficient as doing quests, at least in the beginning, because I think you should experience the world before, you know, month or 2 or 3 down the road when you can start doing normals to level, because it takes away from the game, and then you can really experience the dungeons, how they should be played, which is at heroic level, because that's when it starts getting not tough, but you have to pay a little bit more attention, and they're a lot funner. Normal, I mean, I fall asleep playing normal dungeons. And you could fall asleep playing normal dungeons. They're that easy, and they're just really boring. You don't have to pay attention. You can pretty much stand still or move a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, and you're out of anything that'll kill you. So I do like that. I like how they only give you 2 or 3 quests to go there that give you a good amount of experience, just so you can kind of get the pillars of creation, learn a little bit about the game, but still, you know, give enough or keep enough back to where you want to, you know, do either the dungeons again or to learn more, which is really good. I don't want them to just out front give you everything, or it takes a month for you to figure any of the lore out or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. So I think that about covers everything I wanted to ramble about. Let's just call it that. I'm really liking it so far in general, if you haven't guessed it yet. A couple very minor critiques, like let me fucking turn my one-handed swords into fist weapons. I don't want to play a goddamn monk to have my transmog. Okay, Blizzard, this is straight to you. There's nobody else watching, just to Blizzard. Let me fucking do it. Okay, now that I scared everybody, I think that's where I'm going to end it. It was getting a little long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, let me know. I might not do this again. I'll still do it again. Fuck you. But if you have any critiques on this video or any others, or if you want to see anything else, or if you just want to, you know, not criticize, but politely, you can be savages if you want, disagree with me, go ahead and do it in the comments, you know, do it on Twitter, whatever. That's going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully, I'll be able to use the cam more when I get my new computer, so my laptop doesn't shit out on me anymore. But that's going to be it, and I'll see y'all later.